Is mine recording? Will it say recording?
It doesn't. No, it does. No, it doesn't. It's like flashing.
Yes, and it's recording.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit about a Caribbean cruise that I took many, many years ago. It was before I was married, before I was working here, before I was even done grad school, so a long time ago. This is the first and only cruise I've ever taken. However, I'll get to that in a moment. So one day in January, my best friend and I were walking along Chicago's lakefront, and it was like 30 below zero. And we thought, this is silly. Let's go to the Caribbean. It sounds fantastic. However, at the time, neither of us could afford to go right then, so we decided to book the cruise for the next year over New Year's. So from December something to about this January 3rd or so over the New Year's Eve. And we went on one of the major cruise lines, and everyone said, you know what? You can't feel the water when you're on the cruise. So you don't feel nauseous, you don't feel anything, you don't feel any of the motion sickness stuff. Well, because this is a concern to me, because I get motion sickness. When I'm on the L, if I am not sitting facing forward, I can't even read, I get so dizzy. I have to sit facing forward, otherwise my stomach just goes crazy. So everyone's like, don't worry about it, you'll be fine. Yeah, they lied. The minute that ship took off, I could feel that ocean moving, and I felt it the entire time. Of course, I didn't bring any Dramamine or anything like that, because everyone told me to be fine, so I spent several nights just being utterly miserable. The other thing that I didn't quite realize is that the sun is so much stronger in the Caribbean. So, when you go outside, you might find it hard to believe, I burn fairly easily. I'm slightly fair-skinned. The minute you go outside, unless you have sunscreen on, you burn instantly. So basically from 7 in the morning to whatever time at night, I had to have a thick layer of sunscreen on me. Well, a few days we went on tour. So one day we decided to go to a beach on St. Thomas. So that was nice. My friend was out sunning himself, and I was sitting under a tree in the shade with my sunscreen, reading my book, which is what I do. I do. When all of a sudden, out of the water came these snorkeling guys, covered completely in black, and it looked like they were talking into their snorkels. And they just were looking around, and they were looking at everybody, and kind of coming up to everybody, and just looking and stuff. It was really creepy. Well, then all of a sudden, some boats came up of these men in suits, black suits, but still like with these snorkeling-looking masks, and talking into them. And again, they got out and walked around and looked at all of us, and went, what is this? This is the creepiest thing ever. Who are these guys? So next came 3 boats. The one on the right and the one on the left had again these guys in it, and in the middle had President Clinton, who was president at the time, Hillary Clinton, and Chelsea Clinton. It just so happened that they were vacationing in St. Thomas at the time, and they wanted to go on a walk on the beach. So they got out, and all these men apparently were like Secret Service people. They got out, and Hillary and Chelsea kind of hung back. But Bill came right up to everybody, he shook all of our hands, one guy gave him a hat to wear, and he was just as friendly as could be, and talked to everybody for at least 5 minutes. He kind of hung around with us, and then he went off, and the 3 of them went off on their lovely walk on the beach. So that was unexpected and very exciting. After that, we're back on the ship. The food was lovely on cruises. That's their specialty, is to have these wonderful food, and by the end of it, it's almost like, lobster again, because you're just so used to all of this really great food. Because and one night they had a big dessert table where everything was made of chocolate, even the dishes and everything, and took my arm, ate a lot of chocolate that night. But beyond that, my friend who went loved every minute of it and has been back on a cruise every year since, and I will not ever go back again because I don't like them